Hi, I'm Boo, by the way. I released another video talking about the maintenance of this path. You might want to go look at it. A manned railway crossing. But the path goes to the left. On our way to Romsey. Are there any fish? So today's video is sponsored by St. Boniface. There are a lot of saints out there. And this is the footpath sign saying the test way, which obviously comes from over that bridge, which is where the river is. Pumpkins already picked, waiting for Halloween, I guess. Next I came across another temporary path closure, section waterside. There is the closure. There's a new road. So it's another public footpath that Hampshire closed. This time it appears to be resurfacing, but with no alternative provision made. So there's nowhere else to go. It'll be quite a walk through. And the river's going the wrong way, so I don't think I could even swim it, which I definitely couldn't. Further in, not that I went through the gap, is a perfectly safe area. The other end, the path is also closed with about a 6-foot gap and a sign that says, basically, it's safe for people to walk down there if you live in a house. Just north of Romsey. A few more miles to do, if I can get past those cows. Come on, cows. Come on, cows. Out of the way. I didn't video it, but they started to follow me, and then they kind of half followed me across this bridge. The irony of that. Everywhere we go, they're closed. So this is another section of boardwalk that isn't being maintained. Shush cat. And you won't get a pushchair over that. Not quite as bad as the last one though. Looks like hand picking your crops. Back-breaking work, but butternut squash has to come in. Well, I've made it to Mottisfont Abbey, and it's about 5:05 and they close at 5 o'clock. So, I'm outside. I could wait somewhere around here till 10 in the morning and have a look around, but I think really it's a bit much to do that much waiting. I'm sure it's really lovely, but I'll come back another time on a different transport route and just watching the cars go past. And so therefore I will now continue in the same direction. About 5 o'clock. Got a couple of hours, feeling a bit letharged, so not too much more maybe. Maybe if I come across a bench I could sit down for 10 minutes. Bye. I struggled on because of the promise of a pub on the map. Oh, a pub. Oh. Now this bridge over the test is interesting because the barriers on the side have got a label on them, and that label doesn't say, but suggests it wouldn't be in your best interest to lean on the barrier. Now, in my mind, the point of a barrier is to be able to put your weight on it so you don't fall in the river. That is suggesting to me that they're not sure that it will take someone's weight. And I don't know who that is, obviously, but whoever put it on is probably trying to stop somebody falling into the river.
It's beautiful. And that noise, the sound water makes, just so pleasing and calm, so lovely. That and the sea, more water noise, just so lovely. Just walking along, and there's the confirmation that it's a railway. That's a signal box, a horse bridge. Fantastic, and it's in good nick. And I think looks like it's someone's garden. The platforms are there. Isn't that lovely? There's the end of the platform. They put grass on the platform,
I
which is
probably
nice
walked
as well.
slightly further than I should that day for the promise of something called a pH on the map.
John O'Gaunt pub. This is going to be fantastic. I mean, open all day, walkers rent, welcome, freshly cooked, real. Hang on just a minute. What day is it?
I sat on a bench outside and a local chap called Alan came along, saw my despair, gave me a lift to the next pub along.
Morning. Miserable night's sleep. Airbed went down and I got cold. So debatable whether I'll still camp out tonight because I can't get the airbed to hold air. It really, there's nothing but I'm lying on the wet, on the cold ground, not the wet ground. And it's pretty miserable. But let's see. I'm aiming to get as far as Whitchurch today. And there are options for public transport home from there. I think it might be all a bit too tempting, given how much sleep I haven't had. A good deal colder than expected. Fortunately, I overdid it with the coats and things, but even with that, not warm at all. Need to sort my accommodation out. But I'm now back on this trail and crossing railway bridges over the River Test. Which is fantastic. King Somborne was where I stayed. And in the end, after some discussion with some people in the rather fantastic pub, a general agreement was the best place to put a tent up was the local playing fields and cricket pitches. Obviously not on the cricket pitch. And it was a good place because I got a park bench. And I do love a park bench. This section's just lovely. It's early morning, but the sun's out. And it's just super in the trees. Absolutely lovely.
A local power cut stopped me getting anything for breakfast in Stockbridge.
You follow the train track disused up from Stockbridge. It's more of the same really, but I've just come across my first glimpse of the Test for quite a while. It's just through these trees.
On this section there was a tree that was damaged and overhanging the path. You could fall on someone and kill them. I contacted Hampshire County Council about this one, so hopefully that's not like that. Well, the path carries on, but let's be honest, let's get on to the important stuff. There's a tea shop with cake, really nice Victoria sponge, lovely coffee. Thank you.
Another day, another saint to sponsor the walk. It's Mary the Less, news to me.
Whilst having the coffee, I decided I wasn't going to stay out another night. It was ridiculous. So I headed directly north, up to the Andover Road, and got a bus home. Bus has never been so fantastic.
Test way, you'd think would go to the source of the test, wouldn't you? All the way down to the river at Ealing. And it doesn't. It doesn't. It deviates significantly as a footpath from the test. And it was that second day that I was walking where I knew that I would have to be sleeping out overnight without any insulation underneath me. I decided to stop the walk and head home. But I thought to show the whole complete thing, I'd video where the source of the test is. It's near a village called Ash, and I'm actually in the riverbed of the test. It's dry at the moment. I'll turn around so you can see. You were on the video, I just went the other way. Can't see you though. So that dry bed is the river test bed, and I imagine at points of the winter that'll be very full. Whereas here, today, that's the beginning of the test, where the water rises out of the chalk. And I reckon just down here somewhere. So if I put that down like that, that's my boot's just getting wet there and not getting wet there. So that is the source of the test, and it heads down in that direction. Down through its first village is Overton in North Hampshire. So the test way doesn't follow the test. It follows it for quite a bit, but I don't really understand why when they laid out the route they didn't just follow up in this direction. I guess there's just not suitable paths or whatever. Who knows? Still, it's a beautiful day to see it, and there it is.
Thanks for watching. If you want to watch more of this kind of drivel, then please feel free to like and subscribe. I'd really be interested in any comments people have got. Find it quite interesting to see what people's thoughts are, really. I think one of the comments might well be buy a decent microphone, because this is awful, isn't it? Anyway, thanks very much. Bye. Toodle pip and all that.
Are you following me? I don't want you to follow me.